I am on time today, exactly at 11 a.m. on in Eastern Standard Time. Guess what today is? It's question and answer day. So grab a seat, sit down, maybe go in your kitchen and empty your dishwasher while you're listening to me. You don't have to watch me, but you can listen to me. So let's get started. Questions. We have them. Set up straight, Marla. Set up straight. Okay, folks. Let's get some peoples in here. Fly babies. I'm going to get the chat up. We're streaming on 5 platforms right now. And it's going to be good. Today is October the 16th of 2025. And as my sister said, we're over halfway through October. And I am excited because Thanksgiving's coming up in 6 weeks, almost a little over 6 weeks. That's my favorite holiday. So, folks, get in here. There's Miss Julie. She's front and center today. Good morning. She's my Johnny Appleseed of Bible verses, y'all. She plants seeds. So, I'm just so excited. I love my mornings. I spend time in devotionals and listening to sermons. I've listened to an amazing sermon this morning from Rabbi Jonathan Kahn, and he's written some great books, and I've read most of them. So I am happy to be here and ready to just move into this holiday season. Get signed up for our holiday missions. If you're not getting our emails, you're going to miss out on the missions. The missions are going to start next Monday on the 20th. And let's get it going, y'all. Let's get it going. So get in here and we are going to get this party started. I love having all these questions. I've got 15 of them today. 15 questions. That's why I was on time this morning. And when my alarm went off for me to come back here, because I have an alarm set at 10 minutes till 11 o'clock. And sometimes I just drag it out until 11. But as soon as it went off, I paid attention. I went to the bathroom and did everything I need to do. I already had my makeup on. So I came right back here. My sister is, I feel for her. She is packing up stuff like crazy. Let's start this morning out in prayer, y'all. Let's start every day in prayer. I did. Before I got out of bed, I was praying. So, y'all, dear Father in heaven, please be with my fly babies all over the world. Help them to be good stewards of what God has given them. Help them to turn their homes into sanctuaries for their family so they can get out of the hustle and the bustle of worldly things and to be focused on you, Lord. Thank you for all that you do for us. Protect us from evil. Help us to have faith in you, faith of a mustard seed, Lord. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen and amen. Okay, y'all. Are you ready? Let's get started. My sister also says we're 70 days away from Christmas. 70 days until Christmas. That's just hard to believe. This year has flown by. We're just winning, y'all. Just winning. Now, first question, number one question. I love you, Fly Lady. How do I reboot myself when I've overslept and everything goes wrong before 8 a.m.? Well, you've just got to, if the alarm doesn't go off, if you've done your before bed routine, you're good. So if you wake up and you haven't done your before bed routine, do it right then. Just you've got it written down somewhere. I have a before bed routine right here in my little notebook. Let me find it. But it's the most important routine of the day, so that if you do oversleep, and you never know why you're going to oversleep, before bed routine, reboot the laundry, lay your clothes out, take a bath, clear off a hot spot, straighten the coffee table, put tea glasses in the dishwasher, brush your teeth, wash your face, turn your computer off. You probably, when you oversleep, you probably didn't go to bed at a decent hour. Now's the time to start looking at doing that. Set an alarm on your phone. Now, you just got to do the basics. If you are dealing with an alarm that didn't go off or whatever, you got to do the basics. You got to get dressed. Get dressed first to lace up shoes. That's going to empower you. And then if you've got kids to get ready, get them dressed. Get some food in them and grab the things you're going to need to get out the door. Now, don't rush. Rushing just makes you forget stuff. So stay focused on what you have to do. Look at your calendar, see what appointments you got today, and get going. Does Johnny have a football game? Who knows? Anyway, that's how you jump out of bed and you get things done. But I do this every day. I get up around 8:00, 8:15, somewhere around there, and my day starts. And I try to I spend the first hour in Dutch sheets. I give him 15, and I just can't. Sometimes I just let YouTube roll, and I have my YouTube trained to not show me awful stuff. I have it trained. And sometimes I have to take a few minutes to keep it trained before I go to bed so that I don't have bad things show up in my rolling feed. If I'm reading a book by Jonathan Cahn or whoever, after an hour of doing my morning devotional and prayers, some people call that hour the hour of power. And it is. It is. When you wait, and that's what Dutch Sheets was about this morning. Waiting on God. Waiting on God. So good. Don't get frazzled. Don't get frazzled at all, because when you get in a tizzy, it's like running around with a chicken with its head cut off. So don't do that. Stay precise. What you got to do. What you have to do. So here we go. Next question. Do you ever go to bed and watch TV or plug a cell phone in next to your bed? Do you have an office in your bedroom? I do not have an office in my bedroom. I do not have a TV in my bedroom. I have a telephone that is our landline is in our bedroom, and it sits in a bookcase. I have a clock. I never, ever take my phone to bed with me. Bedtime is bedtime, not watch TV time, not any of that. And I try to turn the TV off around 11:30. And I spend the next 30 minutes or so getting my mind ready for bed. Pardon me. I think I need a little touch of salt. If y'all don't know this trick, you need to practice this trick. If you get little bit of phlegm in your throat and it makes your throat tickle, take a few grains of salt. This is a coarse gray salt. And it was in some Epsom salt once upon a time. Salt is millions of years old. And if you get that tickle, all you need is a little salt. And it works to cut that phlegm. And I've been using it for years. Years. I don't know who told me about it, but it works. So I don't take my phone to bed with me. Robert has his phone usually in our closet, but our closet door stays shut to keep the cats out of there. He keeps his phone in there. So if we get an emergency of Justin calling, or Justin's got our landline too, and he knows that phone rings in our bedroom. If if we get an emergency of bad weather or whatever, he's got his phone. And if the dog wakes me up sitting on my head in the middle of the night, I get my phone and I go to the couch. So I don't take my phone to bed with me. Not at all. Not at all. I don't want that by my head. I don't want to reach over, and I haven't traveled in a long time. So in a hotel room, I would have it beside me, because if I had to get up and leave, it's right there. But at home, it's right by my chair. Robert made me this cute little stand out of a piece of mountain laurel, I think it was, and he put some little pegs in it to hold my phone. I can either hold it upright or sideways. I'll he also made me one for the kitchen and for travel, and it's out of a piece of PVC pipe that he spray painted sparkly purple. I'll have to show them to you sometime. But when he was in the hospital, I took that phone stand with me. I never put a phone to my ear. I have AirPods that I use one at a time, and but I don't take my phone to bed with me. I don't have a TV. We only have one TV in our home, and we have to agree on what we're watching. Okay. I work full time and leave very early. Is there a bare minimum morning routine that will keep things flowing smoothly? Do your before bed routine. That makes your bare minimum morning routine. Get up and get dressed to lace up shoes, empty your dishwasher, and grab your tote bag and go out the door. Yeah, that's all you got to do. It's all you got to do. That's pretty minimum. Get up and get dressed to lace up shoes. But you got to do your before bed routine. You got to pick your clothes out. Last night, when I took a bath, I picked out my clothes for today. I wanted something blue today. I don't know why. I've worn blue already this week, but I wanted sparkles, and these are little buttons that are sparkly. Makes me happy. Sometimes you just need some sparkle. Okay, first page done, and I think we have 5 pages today. How do I show the love of Christ to someone who who is continuing to mistreat me? They are family, so they are involved in my life often. You just have to pray for them. You have to pray for them every day. And sometimes you have to say to them, I will pray for you. That stops an evil person dead in their tracks. They don't like it when you tell them you're going to pray for them. They go nuts. But guess what? You're relieved of your responsibility. You pray for them. You pray for God to take the scales from their eyes, and you may have to back away from them some and not be around them, but you still need to pray for them and forgive them for what they've done to you. You have to pray for them and forgive them. And if you tell them you forgive them, they're going to say, "Oh, I didn't do anything wrong." I know every ploy they're going to ever do. But you don't have, you just have to give it to God. And you know what? God will dump coals of fire on their heads, and they won't even know what hit them. You just got to give it to God. Give it to God. Yesterday, YouTube was messed up. about 6 o'clock yesterday evening, YouTube quit working. I couldn't get it to work on my computer or my phone. Now, Robert did get it to work on his phone, on his computer, but not on, he didn't try on the phone. But it was down. It was down. And I'm telling you, it was I got my YouTube feed trained. I'm telling you. I got it trained and I stay on top of it. I don't watch anything with yoga. I don't watch anything that's I just don't do it. I don't do any of that. Patty was late because I was early. Anyway, I was right on time. So just sometimes you have to divorce yourself from parts of the family that are difficult. But that doesn't you have to still pray for them. Even if they're not around you, you have to pray for them. And the Bible says we have to forgive them 7 times 70. That's 490 times, y'all. We always, well, Rachel, I don't do yoga. I've never done yoga because it's worship to other gods. And I don't put any God before my God, Jehovah. I'm not even going to put up a Christmas tree this year. Not going to do it. It's pagan. And Halloween is pagan. So be in Christ, be in the Word. Don't let them subvert you. You always say the before bed routine is your most important routine. What does yours look like? Well, as soon as dinner's over with, I put dishes in the dishwasher. Sometimes I run the dishwasher. I wash up the things that won't fit in the dishwasher, and it's good to go. My sink is shining and everything's put away, and I'm enjoying my evening time with my husband. That's what I do. I pick out my clothes when I have an alarm for 8 o'clock at night. I like to watch Jeopardy. It comes on at 7:30. So after Jeopardy's over, I go take a bath. Last night I washed my hair and I didn't dry it. I didn't dry it, but I let it dry naturally. And then I combed it up and put a headband on. And then I put my little bonnet on and go to bed. But I don't go to bed until about midnight. And that's a whole lot better than it used to be. One night this week, I got in bed before midnight, and Robert said, "Who are you? And what have you done with my wife?" So I start my devotionals around 11 o'clock at night. I take communion, and my clothes are laid out, and I am good to go. Good to go. I got to get things, I got to be able to sleep, and I sleep like a log. And God has blessed me with being able to fall asleep quickly. So mine is quite simple. I I keep my hot spots cleared off for the most part in the living room, except the one that's right beside me. But it's looking pretty good. And Robert's building me a shelf right now that I can put some books on, and it's gonna be okay. I gave him a rainy day project, and he's been working on it when it wasn't raining. Y'all, most of you know that North Carolina got hit by a storm a year ago, September 27th. And we were blessed. We had the top of one tree down in the woods. That's it. That is all that fell. And we got a letter from our insurance company yesterday because a man came out to our house and walked around our house and took pictures, and they want us to cut trees, which is going to take thousands and thousands of dollars. We have never filed a claim on our homeowners insurance ever. And they said if we don't cut some trees around our house, that we are not going to have any homeowners insurance in February. Well, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, number one. And if we have to go without insurance, then maybe we can just get liability on our property. I don't know what we're going to, I don't know. God's going to take care of it. I've given it to him and he's going to take care of it. We didn't have a single claim on during the Helene. We didn't have any claim whatsoever. None. Will we be cruising through the holidays again this year? Last year, I got to enjoy Christmas with the rest of the family, and I felt like a kid again. I even made myself a stocking like you suggested. It was so fun. Yes, we start on Monday. And the holiday mission is going to be in the flight plan every day. I haven't designed it yet, but it's going to be in the flight plan. And we're going to do 6 weeks worth of holiday missions, baby stepping our way through getting ready for Christmas. Well, we don't wait till the last minute and you got to wrap presents for 24 hours without sleep. We're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do that. We're going to take baby steps. And those baby steps are on Mondays. We're going to clean and fling. We got to get rid of stuff to get ready for the gifts that are coming into the house because your children are going to get gifts. You're going to get gifts. Yoga faith is, somebody's posting about yoga faith. Anything to do with yoga is another god. Don't do it. You can do stretches, but not with yoga. Learn to stretch without yoga. If you call it yoga, you messed up. And I believe that with all my heart. Have no other gods before our God. Don't. And if your church has yoga at church, you need to think about that and go to another church. Don't participate. How do you show the love of Christ to, oh, that's already did that one. I already did. Okay, we got through page 2. So we start on Monday, clean and fling. Tuesdays, plan and play, and that's decorate. Wednesdays, anti-procrastination day. Thursday is pick up a few items you need at the grocery store or at Walmart or wherever you got to go. While you're out running some errands, put some things on your list or maybe place an order for something that you know that you need. And y'all, download your free holiday control journal. It's yours. You just have to download it. If you can't print it out, then so be it. But you still could have it on your computer. You can print it out in a Word document too. Either way, we got this. We got on our website. There's a little carousel, and there's a lady with a pen, and that's our control journal section of our website. It has a packing control journal, an office control journal, a student control journal. It has all of our free control journals right there. Download it. Go through it. Start using it right now. You may want to put it with your recipes in the kitchen. Nobody will know. Nobody will know that it's got your gift list in it. And start thinking about what you're going to get people. What's the best advice for having a calm attitude of peace instead of guilt over what I didn't get done? Let your routines get most of the things done. You be on autopilot. You won't even know you're doing them. And don't beat yourself up. Be kind to you. It's flylady.net, and you will see the link in this little thing that slides back and forth. And you'll be glad. Go in there and download all of them and get them in your computer. What's the best? Having a calm attitude of peace. Well, this morning, Dutch Sheets was talking about this calmness. When we get angry, when we get in a tizzy, you forget everything. You forget everything. So stop. When you realize if the audio is going in and out, you need to go out of YouTube and come back in. It happens to me a lot on different. I was listening to Chad Doss last night, and the audio was going in. It was a YouTube problem, not an our problem. So get signed up and for our messages, and you will get the holiday mission delivered to your inbox at 5:30. How do I stay consistent when my house feels like it's never clean, no matter how hard I try? Have you done your routines? Are you dressed to lace up shoes? If you've got a family, you're going to have a mess. That's just how it is. But you're in charge. You're in charge. You are the matriarch of your home. You're the director of this. You are the director of your home. So every hour at the top of the hour, get the kids to pick up their toys. Make it a game, like musical chairs or something. But play some music. Let them pick up the toys and put them in a laundry basket or a tub, and then take them where they need to go. Okay, here we go. I really need to get rid of clutter in my messy home. How can I make this happen if I have almost no free time between work, kids, and my husband? How do I get more free time? Am I missing something? You're not doing your routines. You're not putting your home on autopilot. Once upon a time, I told this a couple of weeks ago, I got interviewed by a lady who was a reporter for the Sacramento Bee. And she called me a bold-faced liar, pretty much to my face. And and what I had said is that I get up and my home practically cleans itself. And she says, "Well, that's just a lie. You don't tell this Southern woman that she's a liar." Well, I don't take it too well. So I explained to her my morning routine. I get up, I make my bed. And I just said those few words. And she says, "Well, I've been making my bed for 30 years." I said, "See, you walk back in your bedroom, you don't even know that you've done it." So when your routines become part of your daily life, your home goes into autopilot. My dishes are put away. My dishwasher is a dirty dish disposal unit. My sink is shining. I'm dressed to lace up shoes, and it's all good. So that gives you more free time. When you get the basics done, plan dinner, run your wash machine, get your crock pot going or your bread machine. Simple little things that keep your home running smoothly. It's going to free you up. You're not going to realize how much free time you actually have. You're not. Just be careful. Just be careful, y'all. I don't want no other gods before me. Read the 10 commandments. Do you ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels, cleaning the same spots over and over? How do you keep from giving up? I am thankful to have those spots to clean. If you've got dishes to wash, that means you got a family you're cooking for. If you've got clothes to fold, that means you got a family that you love. Either you gave birth to them, you adopted them, or they're bonus children. You got a family you love. Be thankful. When you start feeling like you're going to give up, start being thankful. That's the most important thing. Thank the Lord for those dirty clothes. Thank the Lord for those dirty dishes. Thank the Lord that you got to cook. Last night, we wanted to go get Mexican, but I didn't feel like driving. You ever do that? I just didn't feel like driving. I wasn't giving up. I looked at Robert and I said, "You want some surprise dinner?" I didn't my refrigerator was cleaned out. Well, here's what happened. Here's what happened. I have hamburger meat in my freezer. I had an onion, and if I have hamburger meat and onion, I can cook a meal. So I made Mexican hamburger helper, but we put it in tortillas. I had a can of refried beans and a can of rotel and some cheese. And if you got cheese, you got everything. You so I put together I cooked the hamburger meat and the onions. I added some taco seasoning to it, and then I put a layer of and I'm doing this on top of the stove. I am not putting it in the oven because it was like 10 minutes after 5 before I started cooking, and I made this taco meat, put a layer of cheese on it over it, and I put a dollops of refried beans. Well, also put a can of rotel into the meat and cooked it down, and then I put a layer of cheese and then the refried beans, and then on top of that, I put some more cheese. And you could put some tortillas between it, but we're trying to cut down on our carbs a little bit. I'm really trying to fatten Robert up. So we put it in one tortilla. I didn't put tortillas in the casserole. And we had a lovely dinner and we got leftovers. And we might have them Saturday night. But I put them in a tortilla and we were good to go. And we didn't have to go anywhere and didn't have to spend $30. So that was good because the cheese was like $2.79. It was Mexican cheese and in a bag. And then we had 79 cents for the refried beans, and the can of rotel was $1.29, and the hamburger meat was $4 and something. And so about under $10, we got it. We had dinner. We had dinner. And it tasted pretty good. I really Okay, I did that one. So be thankful for those hot spots and clear them off while you're praying for them. Yep, clear them off. For those of us working 9 to 5, does for those of us working 9 to 5, what does a realistic weekly routine look like? You do weekly home blessing one item a day, and that picture that you can use for that is in that section of the holiday of the control journal section. All of them are there in that section, all of them. But Sunday sheets, Monday mop, Tuesday trash, Wednesday I can't remember what. Wipe the windows. Thursday, what's another I can't remember them right off my head, right off the top of my head, but it's 6 7 things we do. Change your sheets, mop your floor, sweep your rugs, vacuum the middles. 7 things. It's one thing a day. How do I stop feeling like I'm failing when I see other women who seem to have it all together? You've only seen them on Facebook, Instagram, and X. You haven't seen their house. Do you know some people who do YouTube videos have 2 houses? One they have for their YouTube videos that is pristine, and another one they have a house they live in. And when you think the other women have it all together, you hadn't been in their house. I bet because they haven't invited you to their house. So just pray for them. They're putting up a front, they're pretending to be somebody they're not. I'm telling you, I got a hot spot right here in front of me, right here in front of me, and I worked on it yesterday, and I'm going to work on it again today. This is my extra room. This room has always been a dumping ground for me. It used to be piled to the ceiling, but y'all, it's better now. It may not be perfect. I'm not perfect, but y'all, it's much better now than it used to be. Okay, look at us. How do I not feel resentment because I carry most of the workload at home and I work 50 hours a week? You got to let go of that martyred attitude. Do you hear me? Are you listening to me? That martyred attitude is going to ruin your children, your your husband. Being a martyr isn't good for anybody. It's not good for you. So you got to let go of that. And when you start feeling resentment, start thanking God for your home. Start thanking God for your family members. Start thanking God for your patience. And let God, when you hear that resentment coming into your mind, that's the devil sitting on your shoulder telling you that nobody helps around here and all this stuff. Let it go. Take a walk around your house and shut your mouth. Tick a lock. Zip it shut. And don't be playing that game of trying to get people to help you without asking. That's manipulation. And that is a sin. That is as the sin of witchcraft when you try to manipulate somebody. Yeah, don't do it. Do not do it. But be thankful. And be thankful if you have a husband, if you're a military spouse and you're at home alone trying to do it all by yourself, if military spouses can do it, you can too. Quit being the martyr. Quit it. What's one small daily habit that can help me moving forward when I'm dealing with a death in the family? Get up and get dressed to lace up shoes and put something on to cook. Somebody's got to eat. Make a casserole in your crock pot. Put something on, and that's going to help more than anything because deaths in the family are not easy, and going through the death process is not easy for anybody. But somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. And you can cry later. But right now, I'll never forget. One time I interviewed a young man who had been left for dead, and he was taken in by the Taliban. But he was from Texas, and I got to interview him. And the guy I was interviewing him with, he was from New York, and he just this young man, Special Forces, Marcus something, Luttrell. And I said, when they declared you missing in action, what did your family do? Because they thought he was dead. And when you're in the South and somebody thinks there's a death in the family, everybody shows up, just like I talked about yesterday. Not Clay, Cole, the corn star, a neighbor died, and all the neighbors showed up to run combines and grain carts and semis and to take things off. Everybody showed up. Well, everybody showed up at his mom and daddy's house, and they had their grills with them, and they had food to put on the grill, and they started cooking. That's what he told me. He said, yeah, everybody brought their grills to our house and set them up in the front yard, and everybody was cooking. That's what happens. Food, you got to feed people. You got to feed people. And feeding people, we've all heard of a funeral casserole, chicken and rice. Everybody makes that. And if you don't know how, get online and on YouTube and find a chicken and rice casserole. They even call it funeral casserole. But you got to get up and get dressed. You cannot wallow in self-pity when you're trying to get through what you got to get through. You got to get people fed. You got to do it. And there's that standby recipe that you take to a potluck or whatever. Get it cooking. Get it cooking. Get dressed. And if people are going to be coming to your house, you got to get things clean. So focus your sadness and your energy on taking care of you and your house and food. Food. Well, y'all, been in here an hour. We got it done. We've gotten it done. Download your holiday control journals. Let's get it done. Monday, we start with the missions. Sunday night, first mission will come out. And y'all, it's going to be good. It's going to be all good. We're going to get through this holiday season with having calm in our lives for the first time ever. Y'all pray for my sweet sister, Patty. She's moving, and she doesn't like things torn up. But she said she had boxes everywhere. So y'all, be good, kind, and sweet. And I will see you tomorrow. It's Friday. Can you believe it? Time flies when you have fun. And I'm sure my sister is making moving stuff a game. She's staying focused on what she's got to do. I'm getting ready to call her, sister. I'm getting ready to call you. I'll see you later. I love you all very much. We can get through this. We can. It's not a chore anymore when you have fun doing it. And quit calling them chores. It's things we do to bless our home. I'll see you later. Bye.